So Republicans did a nice little job of executing a sort of temporary corporate media coup yesterday. This is when I don't mean they took over ownership of corporate media. What I mean is they took over the attention of corporate media when they pulled an obviously unnecessary and just ridiculous political stunt that was meant, again, to take over coverage of corporate media for the day, and they did it. About 30 Republicans stormed a closed door meeting yesterday as a protest of what they said was being shut out of Trump's impeachment inquiry, what they said was a lack of transparency. The specific meeting was one where Laura Cooper, the Deputy Secretary of Defense, was going to testify. Republicans are saying none of this is legit. Democrats are holding secret private meetings. It's all bad. Republicans reportedly storming in and taking pictures in the meeting so that then the entire thing was delayed. It had to be swept by police for security breaches. And it ended up being a total childish display of nonsense. And in the end, it served only to delay Lisa Cooper's testimony by a few hours. It didn't prevent it, but it did succeed at getting Republicans some undeserved attention. But here's the absurdity, and I wasn't even going to cover this until I learned about this. These Republicans are saying the reason they did this is there's a lack of transparency, that they're being shut out of the impeachment process. This is an inquiry that is being run by the House Intelligence, Oversight, and Foreign Affairs committees. There are Republicans on those committees. Republicans on those committees can ask questions at every hearing. They can review documents if they so choose. The entire pretext or pretense of this protest and barging in is completely bogus. And Axios looked into the details. 13, so crazy, 13 of the Republicans who participated in this protest are on the committees in question. They can question witnesses. They can review documents. 13 of the Republicans stormed a meeting in protest over lack of inclusion and transparency, despite the fact that they are already involved themselves in the inquiry. It was 100% a stunt. Corporate media, of course, fell for it. And that's why I hesitated to cover it. I got a lot of tweets saying, David, you've got to talk about this protest. You've got to talk about Republicans barging in. You've got to cover the protest itself. The reason I wasn't sure is because it was such a patently bogus stunt. But in the end, I decided, it's important to explain first, because lots of those Republicans have access that they claim to be demanding, that it's a complete and total sham of a protest. But also, there's, with everything around Donald Trump seems to include not only lies and distortions and personal motivations, but witness tampering has been a big, big part of everything that Donald Trump has done around any investigation or attempt to just exert oversight that is legally a possibility for Democrats. This could be argued to be a form of witness tampering because this is okay. The Deputy Secretary of Defense, I'm guessing that she's not going to be intimidated by this. But when you're already directing people to ignore subpoenas, when you already want to suppress witnesses who could speak not about the great things you've done, but about the problematic things that you've done that they've overheard, seen, or witnessed, a great way to indirectly tamper with witnesses and to maybe influence them to opt out of participation is to send a signal that their participation is going to be disrupted, their participation is going to be difficult. That also, by the way, how secure was the facility if these Republicans were able to just barge in the middle? And now there is discussion among Democrats of we need better physical security to protect ourselves from Republicans who want to barge in with bogus and ridiculous protests about things that aren't actually problems. Understand the insanity of that. Understand the absurdity of in government buildings, Democrats may need physical security so that disgruntled, brown-nosing, sycophantic Republicans don't interrupt the legal, constitutionally protected processes and investigations in which they are participating. It almost is beyond explanation with the normal English language. I don't know how else to say it. Due cappucci, per favore. Grazie mille. One of our sponsors making the David Pakman Show possible is Babbel, the language learning app, and you'll get 25% off a subscription to Babbel when you click the link under this video. Babbel was founded in 2007 and now has over 1 million paying subscribers worldwide as one of the world's leading language learning apps. Their learning method has been examined numerous times in scientific studies, including one at Yale in 2019, which found that 100% of participants who used Babbel were able to improve their oral proficiency with a new language within just 3 months. Research found that users learning Spanish on Babbel only needed to use the app for an average of 15 hours over a 2-month period to cover the requirements for one college semester of Spanish. I recently went to Italy and used Babbel to brush up on my Italian for a few weeks leading up to the trip. And I was actually surprised at how much I was able to absorb in such a short amount of time. After practicing Italian on the Babbel app, I was able to hold some conversations with locals in Italy. I could understand a lot more of the Italian that I was hearing. And the progress I made was extremely inspiring in keeping me going and continuing to use the app to get even better. I'm also about to use the app to start learning German, which I'm looking forward to. I really would recommend Babbel to anyone who watches our show, and you can save 25% on a subscription to Babbel when you click the link right underneath this video.